The Old Vine project started in 2002 when I found the first Old Vine vineyard in South Africa. At the time it was called Skurfberg, and the wine was eventually made by Eben Sadi. Fantastic wine, the Old Vine Skurfberg Chenin Blanc. The project is aimed at preserving vineyards older than 35 years, to preserve the vineyards and also to make a good wine from them. The hope is to make them more sustainable for the farmer, for the wine drinker, that we can have old vineyard wines forever, hopefully, and also for the vineyard worker. I think it's of the utmost importance that we train vineyard workers in the skill of pruning and managing old vines and vines in general.
Bigger question really is, do those old vines contribute anything to the style of the wine? And I think they definitely do. And I think that their best old vine wines, or old vineyards really, have a memory. And I think that sometimes comes through in the wine.
So role players within the industry have to register with SARVIS, and we keep records of all the vineyard blocks. So currently on our system, we have vineyard blocks that date back to 1900s.
At the old vines, you know, they kind of like people, they don't get stressed out by sudden weather changes. They always take their sweet time. It's almost as if they had a mouth. They would say, you know what, relax, I've seen this before. I'm going to take my time now. And with that comes beautiful flavors in the resultant wine at the end of the day, and a concentration.
And that time in the ground, that being an old vine, kind of gets to a point where it starts to get comfortable, it starts to be balanced in terms of its yield, and because of that, what you're getting is consistently ripe fruit, perhaps a smaller crop, but more concentrated.
How do we fight climate change? I think we should go greener and become more sustainable, and more self-sustained system.
Well, Chenin Blanc is so diverse, it's like our culture. They're different, they taste different, and Chenin Blanc speaks for itself.
You've actually got to think of the wine, consider what is its intention. What does this wine want to be?
Old vine wines are complex, contemplative, and gentle. These wines have personality, a story to tell in the vineyards and on the palate, a tale of time. They exist because of the people who tended them and touched them over years.
And so as it's grown over the years, this category, with more producers having valid claims to old vines.
I think there's extraordinary value in the old vine category, both in the domestic and in the international market, and obviously specifically for South Africa. South Africa was the first of the major wine producing countries to create a register of old vines, and in that sense we are a leading player in the field.
So retailers, restaurants, hotels have the opportunity of utilizing the Old Vine Project's collateral. There is the seal that's on the bottle, of course, and the producer's website, etc. But there's also an opportunity of now using that within your environment.
By having the old vine on the label, it adds a certain cachet. It gives the sommeliers something to talk about. And sommeliers love talking and telling stories, because that's what helps them sell wines.